Okay, so let's continue. So again, we are still on the four main types of branding approaches. Okay, sorry ka ganina kinig. Nag-brand out og galit, then nawalang internet. So this is the continuation of our discussion earlier. So again, the four main types of branding approach. We have the solo branding, hallmark branding. So solo, you focus on one product at a time. So lahi-lahi na sila brand manager para na ay focus and um, yes, na sila focus on what brand to really promote. So let's say Unilever na daw sila products. They have Safeguard and Colgate. So lahi ang ga-promote or ga-market sa Safeguard, lahi pud ang ga-promote o ga-market sa Colgate. Lahi-lahi pud sila og brand managers. Again, in order for them to really kana bitawng um to really market on their own and also establish their own on their own katong product itself. So next we have hallmark branding. So the firm tags one brand, usually the corporate one. So you tend to there is kana bitong complement goods. So they tend to tag one brand over the other. So we have the example katong Nestle. So Nestle Coffee and Coffee Mate. So di ba as you can see ilang gi-use gyapon ang main nga name which is ang Nestle. Mo gyud ang main nga company ninyo. So with Nestle, ilang gibutang silang coffee. Nestle Coffee, Nestle Coffee Mate. So they are complements. We have another example, katong Nesty. Di ba yang use gyapon ang name sa ilahang main nga brand, which is the corporate one, Nestle. So Nestle to Nesty, and so on and so forth. So that's another example of hallmark branding. So the third one, we have family or umbrella branding. So this is a hierarchy of brands that uses the corporate brand as an authority symbol and then has a number of sub-brands under the corporate badge. So more siyang family tree. So let's have an example. Sony. Si Sony daw ang main nga brand. So at the top si Sony. So sub-brands daw niya is Sony PlayStation. So under Sony PlayStation, daghan gyud siya Sony PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. So another kuan na pud niya category is Sony nga mga cameras. So they have many DSLRs daw. DSLR 1, DSLR 2, so daghan kay lahi-lahi nga models og specs. So naa na pud sila lain nga brand. So more siya ingana kana bitaw the main three main chunk, then nag-branch out, then nag-branch out, nga nag-branch out, then each branch na sila yung mga own nila nga, let's say, apples or fruits. So, in each branch na sila nga fruit. So, those fruit are the products yep, or services they offer based on that category. So, there is more siya family or umbrella nga branding. So as I said, di ba, let's say si Sony. Sony ang main or corporate na brand. Under Sony na daw sila Sony PlayStation. So karon I think PlayStation 5 ang pinaka-latest or updated na model. So mo na siya lang ang model under PlayStation. The next one is Sony camera. So Sony camera daw daghan sila DSLR nga type, daghan sila camera types. Next na pud is Sony nga mga appliances na sila'y ref, na sila'y TV, and so on and so forth. So that is family or umbrella branding. Next is the extension branding. So this idea is to start with one product and then stretch the brand to other categories as far as possible, like luxury and fashion industries. So, naputi another example. So, let's say Coca-Cola. Okay. Ang ihag yung main product is katong beverages. So, with that, naghinahinay siya expand, or gina-stretch niya ang iyahang brand. So, from beverages, naghimo daw sila mga fashion industries. Na like Coca-Cola nga mga Coca-Cola brands, ilang mga sanina sa fashion industries. So, Coca-Cola nga mga t-shirt, nga mga pants, and so on and so forth. So, that's extension branding. So, aside daw from the main nga murag product nga imong ginahimo, mo extend ka using that same brand. So, from, again, Coca-Cola nga beverage up to Coca-Cola nga fashion industry. You are producing clothes under the same brand. So that is extension branding. So these are again the four main types of branding approaches. So you may choose which branding will you choose in the foreign market. Probably hallmarking or extension branding or family branding. It depends on you, on the nature of your business. So let's say imuhang business is, di ba, katumang kang agricultural company, you are ABC company. So na-expand ka sa US as mang inasal. Kaga gapamaligya mo og chicken. So luto na nga chicken, only rice pa yun. So let's have that as an example. Okay. Okay, so let's have that as an example. So, sa mang inasal daw ka. Hopefully, wala akong nawala. Kulbaan ko, I think akong nakuan siya na mute akong mic. So, still, let's continue. So, let's say mo na nahitabo, nag-expand ka sa US as mang inasal, but nag-develop ay din ka nakakita nga hala, pwede day ko mag-export or mamaligya og kuan here, katong mushroom chicharon, kay ganahan day sila. So probably, you would do family branding or extension family branding. So aside daw sa mang inasal ga, nitukod pud kag another store. So those are the, let's say, Filipino delicacy nga store. So imong gipambaligya ang mga agricultural nga products nga imuhang gina-produce from mushroom chicharon to taro chips and so on and so forth. So probably that's what you'll use. Again, it depends on the nature of your business. So you really need to know what type of branding would really apply to my business. What will really help in kanabitang expanding in this foreign market. So you can actually use first basin mag solo branding sa ka, then next maghinay kag hallmark, then ni-expand until mahimo siya og umbrella nga branding up to extension branding na dayon. So those are the four main types again of branding. So next we have the management of multinational product lines. So let's say after nakabalo na ka what product to produce, imo nang na-plaster imong brand portfolio na napud kay branding nga type. Next, we will need to manage our multinational product lines kay daghan na daw kunuhay ka og products nga na-produce. So we have what we call product mix. In order to manage our multinational product lines, we need to know the product mix. So what is product mix? So product mix is also known as product assortment or product portfolio. It refers to the complete set of products and or services offered by a firm. So more daw siyang brand portfolio. Ang brand portfolio is more general, more on the brands or kanabit ng imong company itself. What is its services? What do they offer? Well, for product mix or product portfolio, more on what set of products are you offering? So more specific or mas detailed daw ni siya. So a product mix consists of product lines, so which are associated items that consumers tend to use together or think of as similar products or services. So we have what we call product lines. So let's say product mix. Then each product mix consists of many product lines. So let's say healthcare nga product line. So under sa healthcare is nato siya mga hygiene, mga toothpaste, mga alcohol nga mga products and so on and so forth. Anything nga for healthcare, mga pang skincare nimo, mga pampagwapa. So next na po dayon is for goods. Okay. Mga goods nga imong gina-offer sa market. So home essentials, another thing, another product line, so on and so forth. So um these are items bitaw nga more imo siyang gibay category. So the product mix is kanang gi-categorize nimo all of products nga the same og nature or same og kanang same og kanang bitong gina-offer nga performance or usefulness kung same lang sila, so they are grouped into one or under a specific category. So let's say from toothpaste is for healthcare, so hygienic na mga products, so toothpaste and so on and so forth. So another one katong mga milk, mga um, milk, anything atong i-eat. So food and beverage. So let's say there siya under sa food and beverage na category. So that's an example for product mix. So we have this one, we call it product line. So it is a group of related products that a company sells under a single brand. So product line ang ihang gina-name. So we have, let's say this is your company. So company, you have product line nga health care, ay hair care o skin care. Okay, lahi-lahi daw siya. So the first product line under hair care is na kay shampoo, na kay hair wax, na siguro kay conditioner, and so on and so forth. So Acme daw imo ang company, Acme Company. So first product line for hair care, na kay gel, na kay wax, na kay conditioner, shampoo. While for the other product line, you have skincare para sa panit, na kay hand cream, na kay face cream, moisturizer, um mga cleanser, and so on and so forth. So that is what we call a product line. So group of related products that you sell under a single brand. So same as like brand, Acme nga brand. So that is the example for product line. So product mix composed of many product lines. So let's say product line nga hair care, skincare, napadaw kay food and beverage, napadaw kay um other nga mga product lines like clothing, naman kay clothing po daw under Acme. So Acme clothing. So let's say that's an example. So we have this one to another example. I know. Another topic, we have dimensions of a product mix. So a product mix composed of many dimensions daw. So di ba kabantay mo nga dagan man tag product line. So how will we know nga these are kanabitang which product line we need to focus on? So we have these dimensions now. So they have the width, length, depth, and consistency. So we'll be discussing these topics in the next slide. So we have at least four dimensions. So the first dimension we had width, or known as brand. So it refers to the company of product lines offered by a company. So number sa product lines nga imuhang gina-offer. So width, unsa siya kadaghan. So more siya inganiyo pa horizontal. Okay, pa horizontal siya nga line. Width, unsa siya ka kataas, or unsa siya kalapad. So we have this example. We have Kellogg. I think familiar mo ni Kellogg, katong number one producer sa cereals, breakfast cereals in the US. So let's say Kellogg, daghan do sila product line. So they have ready to eat cereals, pastries and breakfast snacks, crackers and cookies, frozen organic natural goods. So at least four ka product line. So let's say nara diri si Kellogg, then number one under this first product line, ready to eat cereal. So probably let's say daghan kay sila og kanang mga products under this one. Then pastries and breakfast snacks. So again, many products under this product line, crackers and cookies, and so on and so forth. So upat ka book. So that means nga medyo lapad, or daghan siya product line ni gina-offer. So next one, we have the length. So the total number of product in a firm's product mix. Pila daw ang total nga product sa imong product mix. So I guess mag-try ko og draw ha para mas maklaro ninyo. Okay, in a minute. Okay, so mag-drawing ko ha para mas maklaro gyud siya. Charing, drawer, kwan artist daw si ma'am bitaw. So let's say this one. Okay, in a minute. So first we have with. Okay, first ako yung i-clarify ha. So this is this is product branding. Oh no, not product branding. I'll just put branding here. So para mas maklaro ninyo. So ako siyang ibalik. We have the branding here. So especially katubitang kuan umbrella branding. So this is what it really looks like. So more po siya what we call product mix. So let's say Nestle here. So Nestle, so under Nestle daw, they have the first product line na sila yung mga food and beverages. So food. So na under pa yun sa food na pwede na siya another category. So let's say na diri si coffee, I call lang E. Coffee mate, and so on and so forth. Okay. Coffee mate, so I'll put CM here, and so on and so forth. So next one, probably na daw sila healthcare. So I'll put HC here, healthcare. So next is na napo daw sila kanang clothing. So they have clothing daw. So that's an example. So this is what we call a product mix or a branding pod, especially the brand portfolio. So marami man siya ing-ani, but brand portfolio is more on, let's say, Nestle, na pa daw sila other nga company name. So let's have, ato yung example how they have, under daw sila si Unilever, or under daw nila si P&G. So that's another, um, that is for kuan ha, katong brand portfolio. So based on brand. But this one, for branding, then each brand na po din siya subcategories. So they have, um, okay, they have food here, healthcare, clothing, and so on and so forth. So under those, na din siya different na products. So good as a product mix too. So let's have Nestle as an example. So ato siya i-continue. So product line again, kani like let's say food, under food na siya coffee, daghan ka siya mga products nga gina-offer. So makita ko other nga format niya. So let's say I'll put coffee here, coffee, coffee mate, milk, and so on and so forth. So healthcare, let's say Colgate. So let's assume this one ha, Safeguard, and etc. So clothing daw na daw sila, ilaha daw si Pen Shop, ay charing, si Nestle Clothing or ana, something. So let's have that as an example. So ako siyang paggamyan gamay, so para mas magklaro ninyo siya. Okay. So let's continue. So I hope you can see me, hear me clearly. So width is more on the number of product lines. So as you can see, pila kabuk ang numbers atong product lines. We have 1, 2, and 3. So this is width, okay? Horizontal siya nga line. So width, unsa kalapad or kalapad ang Nestle, unsa kalapad ilang product lines, unsa kadaghan. So this is again the product lines. We have food, healthcare, clothing, and etc. While our length is to the number or total number of products a firm produce. We have this one, coffee, coffee mate, milk, and so on and so forth. So let's see, um, from the word itself, length, okay, based on the vertical, okay, vertical siya nga line. So something like that. Unsa kataas ang imuhang product mix, given nga you have many, let's say daghan kay kag products nga gi-produce in each product line. So we have another example here. For example daw, consider a car company with 2 car product lines. So they have 3 series and 5 series. Okay, let's have this one as an example. So let's say si BMW daw. Okay, BMW. So, mo ni si company. Si BMW na siya duha ka product lines. So, I'll put 2 here. Si first one, si 3 series. So, I'll put 3S and 5S. So, duha ka product line. So, with each product line na daw tulo ka types of car. So, si A, B, and C. Let's say, si Model 1, Model 2, Model 3. So, it goes the same with the other series, A, B, and C. So within each product lines, there are 3 types of cars. So in this example, the product length of the company would be 6. Okay. As you can see, uno man kabok ang ilahang products in total, overall, regardless of the product line. So length is based on how many products your whole company is producing. Okay, nawala si C. B, and C. So let's have this example sa Nestle. How about Nestle? Pila lugar iyang products nga i-produce? So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So napo daw sila 6 ka products. So their length would be 6. So I'll be putting it here. So for Nestle, ilang width is tulo ka buk ilang product line. Their length is 6, which is the number of products they are producing. So how about depth? So depth refers to the number of variations within a product line. So for example, continuing with the car company. So above the 3 series product lines may offer several variations such as coupe, sedan, truck, convertible. In such a case, the depth of the 3 series products would be 4. So kuan daw, under let's have the car company as an example. So let's go back to the car company. So let's have BMW here. So with this, they have several variations now. So let's say, so for product A, so si model A na po daw ni siya kuan. Um, series of several variation na daw siya coupe. So latay A coupe, B ay A coupe, B sedan, C truck, and D as convertible. So I'll put convertible here. So that is the product depth. So in each, again, product na po sila several ka variation. So upat ka book daw ang iyahang depth here. So grabe siya kakute. So as you can see, so let's continue. So how about um model C? So si model C daw. They have C coupe, C sedan, C truck, and C, I know, what's D? C convertible. So this is the product depth on the variation of all um, on all the products under each product line. So depth would be 4. So upat kabuk iyahang variation. Lahi-lahi po itong uban. So let's say ang imo ding variation is um by kanabitang liters iyang gas. So let's say si car A, ang ihardong makater is na siya 1.5 liters. Siya mo siya og kuan aircon 1.5 liters, 2 liters si ang okay. So na siya marag category or variation bitaw, so na kay option. Pwede imong i-buy kay katulad dong 2 liters, pwede kato imong i-buy is 3 liters, i-buy nimo tong 7 liters. So that's another type of variation, or pwede magdi ka 10 liters. So that's another thing to consider. So with that, yadang depth is, okay, this is actually AA. Iyang depth is 5 depth for this product. So that is for BMW. So let's continue. So again, depth is the number of variations within a product line. So we have another thing to consider. The last one, consistency. So it refers to how closely related product lines are to each other. So it is the reference to their use, production, and distribution channels. So let's say, how are they related? So ang imo ng mga product lines related ba sila or not? So di ba, let's say si 3S ug si 5S, unsay lang relationship? So probably si 3S nga model is medyo gamay compared sa 5S, medyo daghan. Or let's say si 3S kay kung ano doon siya, 4-seaters, okay? 4-seaters, while si 5S or 5 series is up to 7-seaters daw. So probably that's their difference. Pero again, mura siya bigger version aning imuhang 3S. So that's how they related they are. So how consistent are you in producing your product? Murag yapon kay nag-develop sa imong product. Bitaw mura kay example, nag-produce ka og car. Okay, so akong car nga na-produce first is the 3S, 3 series. So gusto na ko siya nga padungagan og seat. So ato siyang i-change ang iyahang model na dayon. So complete another whole new product. So we will call it as 5S. So instead of 4-seaters, name mo siya 7-seaters. So that is an example for consistency. Again, pero interrelated yapon sila ha, based on probably silang use, silang utility, sa how you produce them or how you distribute them. So the consistency of a product mix is advantageous for firms attempting to position themselves as a niche producer or distributor. So in order for you bitaw to really be mo number one kasi mohang foreign nga market, or be the number one producer, let's say sa car, gusto ka nga ikaw mag-dominate sa market, you need to be very consistent with your product. So dapat kay same lang gyapon imo ginahimo nga product, especially if kuan siya kana bitang example sa car, sadagid daw siya og performance, sadagid daw siya og makinarya, or gwapa daw kay mong car. So dapat consistent pud ka mag-produce og products with the same nga quality. Kay mao man ang ganahan gyud sa imuhang mga consumers or sa mga buyers. So you tend to make a niche yourself. So a niche is murag imuha siyang own category, own market. You are making a market based on your own nga mga gipang produce. Interrelated sila at the same time tsada pud og quality. So you tend to be a niche producer or distributor of those given nga products. So in addition, consistency aids with ensuring a firm's brand image is synonymous with the product or service itself. So with that, mura pud gyapon nimo gina again ensure nga ang imuhang mga products is interrelated with themselves, siya quality, and it always reflects to your services too. So, let's say, nag-release na pud kag bago nga, same sa iPhone. So, same nga iPhone. Every now and then, sige sila release og same nga, same lang biya gyapon nga mga nga iPhone. But, nagit sila features nga develop mga mas tsada, and so on and so forth. I guess, mo release na pud sila og iPhone 14. So, imagine how fast they are releasing um, iPhones nowadays. So murag dali ra kay siya ang iha pong pag-produce sa products. So they are making a niche for themselves given nga sila ra pud ang ga-produce og mga iPhone nga units. So this is an illustration of a product mix. So your company, so you have product line 1, product line 2, and product line 3. So this is the width. So namoy tulo ka book nga width. Then the product length would be how much product are you producing or how many products are you producing in your company. So in this example, we have at least 6 products na imong gina-produce. So this is the product length, the total number of products you're producing. While product depth is 2, this one, how interrelated are they? So, okay. Let's have this example, okay, in a minute. So we have Nestle here. So this one is actually the product depth. Product depth, I'll put depth here. So that would be, let's say 2 or 3. 3 ka product depth. So based on by row siya. So 6, again, the length would be the total number of products you are producing. So this is so this is an example of a product mix of a given company. Again, product width is based on the product line. Then product length is the number of products produced, and product depth is how related are they. So, masyig ing ani. Another example, we have Coca-Cola. So they have at least two product lines. They have soft drinks and Minute Maid. So soft drinks, they have Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, Diet Coke, and Coke Zero. So the Minute Maid would be guava, orange, mango, and mixed fruits. So modeling flavors or young variations. So this is the product depth. So the variations of the main product under the product line. So product length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 products overall. And at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ka product depth. For the first product line, well, the second product line at least upat. So those are example of a product mix. So next, we have key factors that impact the composition of a firm's internal product line. So what are these factors nga maka-affect sa composition sa imuhang product line, especially in the international market? So we need to take note of these things. We have customer preferences, their price spectrum, competitive climate, organizational structure, and history. So, 'di ba humanan naman ta og mix atong local branding sa ato ang okay, kay humanan naman ta sa atong local branding, sa brand portfolio itself, the product mix. Now we need to take note of this one. We need to know how do we really make a very good product line that would really thrive in the international market or the foreign market itself. So these are factors that you really need to consider. The first one would be the customer preferences, the price spectrum, the competitive climate, organizational structure, and the history. So let's discuss each one in the next slide. So for customer preferences, so we have many product categories. So consumer preferences vary from one country to another. So we really know this one. We really need to consider what do they prefer, what is their taste, murag mga preferred nga mga products or unsa ilang ganahan nga mga flavors or colors and so on and so forth. So to cater to distinctive customer needs, the marketer may add certain items to the individual's countries or region product line or fine-tune the line. So let's say kanang they tend to again in order for you to cater their needs and wants. So you tend to kanang bitang masig imong i-collaborate or imong sagulan nimo imong products with a little uh, probably a little kanang bitang murag a little um sige tawag a little touch, okay, let's put it as touch. So a little touch of their local nga mga preferences, local nga mga um yes, preferences. So let's say let's have an example. So let's have Tang an example daw. So this is a powdered beverage brand owned by Mondelez International. So si Tang, as you all know, daghan ka siya og flavors, especially here in the Philippines. So the typical flavors nga ilang gina-produce kay mango, orange. So typical og always gina siya na. I think pineapple too. But kaya naman siya sa Philippines, kabantay ata mo nga daghan ka siya other na nga mga flavors na siya guyabano. So napa siya I think guyabano pa akong nabantayan or pomelo or so on and so forth. So napa daw siya lain nga flavors nga kuan. Kanabitang mo kuan siya sa preferences or taste sa mga Filipino. So let's have that as an example. Um yes, or sige nga na, especially kanabitang mga fruits nga local sa imuhang place or sa inyong nation. So let's have another example sa tang. So unsa may nga fruit nga dili rare sa other country. Or let's say apple na lang. Tang apple. Actually wala may apple diri sa Philippines because apple tend to grow in cold countries. Karon kay marg natoy nakapatubo og apple sa Davao. Iyang gitry og kana bitang modify it in order to kuan sa atong weather which is very hot. So nakaproduce gito siya apple or nakapatubo gyud siya apple nga tree. So let's have apple as an example. So um example sa New Zealand daw si Tang namaligya. So with that nagkuan sila, nag-integrate og apple flavored na powder drink kay daghan man or abunda man sila apple. Another example, probably they would put other nga mga flavors nga murag mo relate gid sa ilha or other fruits. So let's say mga tangerine, okay, wala man na sa Philippines. So let's say na dos like tangerine or kanang okay, I think di ko sure if nabaitang dragon fruit flavor. So let's assume that one too. So example na ba sa Philippines na like dragon fruit flavor. So they are producing products based on the customer preferences. So we also have a McDonald's customized menu. So this is how they customize their menu daw. So let's have many examples here. So they have different countries. So as you all know, number one or leading fast food chain gyud si McDo all over the world. So let's say France. The first one they have France. Ilang sandwich daw kay it is called Croque McDo. Okay, very French. So the description is it is a grilled ham and cheese sandwich on toast. So they tend to have more sandwiches. So in India daw they eat, and the sandwich is called Maharaja Mac. Maharaja Mac. So two grilled chicken patties with smoke flavored mayonnaise, onions, tomatoes, and cheddar cheese. Okay, mo doon ilahang gusto dadto kaunon. Grilled nga chicken, ay smoked nga chicken, na mayonnaise, daghag onions because they like to eat spices, tomatoes, and more cheese. In Taiwan daw, it's called rice burger. Okay, shredded beef between two rice patties. Oh, unique. So, maka-rice po daw si Taiwan. So, more on Again, a patty in between two rice patties daw. So in Japan, it's called teriyaki burger. So a chicken cutlet patty marinated in teriyaki sauce. So I think naabot na po ni siya sa Philippines, teriyaki nga flavor. Next is Middle East, Mac Arabia sandwich, um, grilled chicken sandwich in flatbread. While in New Zealand, kiwi burger, a hamburger with fried egg and a slice of, okay, na ako maklaro. A slice of pickled beet. Okay, so that's based on their preference daw. So as you can see, lahi-lahi gid ang mga sandwich nga gina-offer ni McDo in each country. Again, in order to cater their customers' preferences. So we have another thing to consider or key factor to consider. It is price spectrum. So in emerging markets, companies often compete across the price spectrum by offering premium and budget products. So another thing to consider po daw, di ba kay bago pa man ka nga market or bago pa ka nga company in the foreign market. So probably ang imong ihatag is kana bitaw na less or na ay discount, premiums and budget products daw para again mo appeal sa ilaha more sa imong product. So magpalakas pa ka or magpahumot ug maayo. With that, nakay dagko nga discount, nakay ga-offer kag mga premiums and so on and so forth. So you need to have that price spectrum. So the upscale products are targeted toward wealthy cost consumers. So budget products are offered as entry level or value products for other consumers. So probably you would offer two different types like premium. Okay, kung magpa-member daw mo sa amo ang company na mo'y um, discount. So kung magpa-member mo, you'll be premium or VIPs. So anapod mi another mura bitaw another nga gina-offer, we have budget products. Kani kay afford rin ninyo, these are kana bitang for more siya good at entry level ng mga products nga for the consumers to really know your company. So let's say katong mang inasal, so na sila budget products of premium. So mga happy meals. I think katong murag bundle meal rather na. So bundle meal sa mga inasal or probably kana bitang pambarkadahan kunoy nga package. So let's have that as an example. And another one premium daw if kuan daw ka gusto ka magpa-member, kuan daw ka na kay 10% discount in every kanang kaon nimo and so on and so forth. So that is for price spectrum. You really also need to kana bitaw have variations in your prices in order to murag mo appeal pud sa ila nga okay ma-afford ra din ni siya nga company na sila product nga gina-offer na pud sila murag special nga products nga gina-offer to. So next we have competitive climate. So differences in the competitive environment often explain why a company offers certain product lines in some countries but not in others. So number one good is the climate. So how competitive dili ni siya typical nga climate gyud ha or ang weather. So yes, appeal po na siya. But more on the how competitive the certain foreign market is. So lahi-lahi man pud gyud na siya. So ang uban nga foreign market kay chill lang, ang uban kay grabe ka competitive di ay. Daghan na day kayo ka og competitors or daghan kay kag-compete sa again consumers. So that's why sometimes daghan kay kag product lines nga ginahimo in order to mulamang ka sa ila. So you'll have your edge as your company. So you tend to make in kanang imong reason to make as many product lines as you can in order to compete with them. Kay dili lang sila focus again on one product at a time. Kay probably if you'll focus on one product, there's a kanabitang dako kay kaog kuan risk nga nga gina-face in that competitive environment. While if you make many product lines, as many as you can, probably mas mo dako pud ang imuhang market share. So we have Coca-Cola here. So they have product line strategy in Japan daw. So it is driven to a large degree by the local rivalry in the Japanese beverage market. So they tend to produce as many product line as they can sa Japan para mas sila bito ang mukuha sa big portion sa market share in that foreign market. Kay the more the merrier yun ba ya, especially in products. So tungod ato mura gina overrun ni Mr. Coca-Cola ang mga local nga Japanese beverages in Japan. So with that, mura gina-dominate ni ang market by producing as many product lines as they can. So one of the pillars of Coke's Japan marketing strategy is to improve on its rival products. So as a result, Coke sells an incredible variety of beverages in Japan that are not available anywhere else. So grabe yun siya ka-competitive sa Japan si Coke. Because of that, very unique good po yung products na gina-produce. Kaya as you all know, number one ang Japanese in customization. Probably, sige produce si Coke o ka ng mga anime, siguro nga mga products or ka ng mga products nga unsay mo trend. Mas mo trend sa mga Japanese. Kaya para, again, in order to dominate the certain market, and they, kuan kay sila, more grabe yun sila ka-competitive. They have very, kuan nga marketing strategy. Sila focus on kana bitang overrunning their rivals nga product. So let's say na sila local nga kalaban si ABC company. So si ABC company kay number 2 daw ni siya aside from Coke mo siya si Pepsi. So let's say Pepsi Japan. So number 1 si Coke, si second si Pepsi Japan. Si Pepsi Japan kay gusto pud niya um ilugan og posisyon si Coke. So with that, kung unsay trending nga anime, so let's say anime, mag-produce pud si Pepsi og mga anime colored nga mga kuan, mga cans para mas mo trending siya, mas ganahan ang mga Japanese. So nabalaan din na ni Coke, di pa sila magpapildi, na po sila yung mga more good example, BTS. I think na siya karon katong Pepsi man ata to na ang mga faces sa Blackpink nakoy nakita nga nagkuan nag-save og Pepsi can. So okay, that's an example of their marketing strategy again to dominate the foreign market. So the more products you have, the bigger your market share. Probably, but it still depends again on how you market those products. So here are some Coca-Cola local brands in Japan. So we have Ambasa. So it is a non-carbonated lactic soft drinks with familiar, smooth taste for everyday use. Okay, modo ni ang name sa kuan local brands in Japan ay sa Coke. So daghan na sila other bitang mga company names, Ambasa, Kalo, Georgia, Kocha, Kaden, Lactia. So they have many products to food nga ilang gina-produce. So most of the time, I think kuan siya local brands nga ilang ginabay. So they tend to acquire or gi-merge ni nila nga mga local brands para sila again mo dominate sa market. Okay, mark number one is sila nga mga brands in this given years. So the fourth one we have organizational structure. So in MNCs that are organized on a country by country basis, product lines may evolve to a large degree independently in the different countries. So multinational companies daw nga organized one country by another, they have many product lines too. They have as you all know like the product lines. So probably mo evolve daw to siya depending on those countries. So your organizational structure would be ma-change po ni siya. So probably let's say MNC man kada na kay company sa Philippines, sa Thailand, Taiwan, Indonesia. So let's say kusog kay ka sa Singapore daw o napoy ka sa Singapore. Kusog kay ka sa Singapore. So mas ni dako nga mas ni boom ang imuhang business. So that means nga there is a change probably in the organizational structure dayon kay mas gakadako man ang imuhang company dadto. So the scope of the country's manager's responsibility, however, is increasingly being limited in many MNCs. So that's the problem daw, your organizational structure. So the bigger your company is, the more you need to hire people. Kay dili man good siya, di mo gud makafocus ang people in your MNC or in your company. So your especially the country manager, so let's say na ang kay manager in each country. So maglisod po si manager og apas sa grabe nga development or progress nga kahitabo sa let's say sa Singapore nimo nga company. So, mao pud to ang iyang problem. You need to reorganize your structure, organizational structure to cope up with the current change. But nevertheless, the country managers still have a great deal of decision-making autonomy in many functional areas, including product policy. So with that, you really need to check upon your businesses in different countries, especially kitong country managers. Kaya let's say in Singapore, instead of 5 ka branch, ni-expand to 10 to 15. So imagine, ikaw ra isa, so ni daghan, ni times 3, ni triple ang number sa imuhang branches. So medyo lisod na siya i-handle. But still, you need to focus, especially in decision-making autonomy and imposing the product policies that you have from the main company itself. So the last one would be history. So product lines often become part of the MNC's local product mix following geographic expansion efforts. So most of the time, ang product line kay part na daw siya sa multinational company nga product mix, especially in geographic expansion efforts. So we have this example like Procter& and Gamble, Heinz, AB, and BIV penetrate new existing markets via acquisitions, where some of these acquisitions include product lines that are outside the MNC's core businesses. So sometimes po daw kanang let's say si MNC kusog kay siya magsig pamalit og company. So sige siya buy og company. So let's say in Europe first, nakasulod na siya ato nga market. So nag-buy siya through acquisition. So let's say Procter and Gamble. So kaya naman siya sa Europe, that means nga there's a high possibility nga mo expand siya sa neighboring countries sa Europe. So we have United Kingdom, okay, let's say Ukraine. So tapad pa ni Ukraine si Russia, okay, mas there's another high possibility nga mo expand pa gid ka to Russia. So that's an example. So after daw ni Europe, ni adto daw ka sa Middle East, sa UAE. After UAE, from Saudi, ni adto din ka sa India, kay silingan-silingan naman sila. So more on geographic expansion too. So based on history too, especially when you tend to buy companies, you tend to expand through buying companies. Okay, again, you like to dominate those countries. Labi na kung silingan na sila, and also kanang connected po sila sa ilahang history. So let's say related products. Tungod kay nagsige kag buy. So let's say ikaw si Kuan, si Coke. So nag-buy ka og company. So this company is clothing company. Di ba dili ka siya related sa imuha? But still imo siyang gibay. Kay probably imo nakitag potential ani nga company. So kay gibay man nimo ning clothing company, nag-produce sila mga Coke nga mga sanina, mga clothing. So after that, kato po yung clothing nga sinina kay nag-expand po siya. Na po siya other nga mga partners. So with that partners, mas ni dako ang imuhang company. So we have another example. So as part of its growth strategy, like in Central Europe, Heinz acquired Kix Kimeti Konzigyar. So this is a Hungarian canned food company. So the company makes a broad range of food products, including baby food, ketchup, pickle staples, items for Heinz, but also products like jams, canned vegetables, items that are not really part of Heinz core business line. So si Heinz daw ang example. I think familiar mo ni Heinz. Si Heinz ketchup. Okay. So si Heinz ketchup, the number one, I think, ketchup in the world. So ni-expand sila sa Europe. So sa ilang expansion, nanilingan pud sila. So nabot sila Hungary. So silingan ni Hungary kay si Ukraine. Charan. Silingan din ni Ukraine kay again si Russia. So let's say si Heinz, nakasulod na siya sa Europe. So from France, all over Europe, ihanang na cater. So after that, iyang gibay sa Hungary si kaninga si KK. I'll just say KK kasi lisod ko siya i-pronounce. So si KK nga company. So iyang gipalit. So si company kay ga produce daw siya og same ketchup, mga pickles daw. So same with Heinz nga gina-produce. At the same time na po daw siya other nga mga canned products like jams. So with that gipaday na lang ni Heinz. Naghimo na po siya Heinz jam, Heinz canned vegetables. Kay sayang man pud ang gihimo ni KK if dili pud realize ni Heinz. So mo to murag dili unta siya part sa product line ni expand na og samot kay kuan tungod sa ang gibay nga company nga related and na napoy other day nga product lines na ginahimo. So that is on history. Marsyag unexpectedly na kay bago nga product line aside from your main products nga gina-produce. So global marketers I need to decide for each market of interest which product lines should be offered and which one are to be dropped. So this is always your choice. Which product line ang imong i-offer and which product line would you stop producing or imong i-drop. Kay dili mo tanan product line applicable from one country to another. So let's say si Mang Inasal. Okay, kaganina si Mang Inasal. So as you all know, only rice si Mang Inasal. So nag-expand ka sa US. Then American people doesn't like to eat rice kay makapa-fat daw. So wa sa kabalo nga same lang gyapon na sa ilang gina-eat nga bread. Bitaw. Let's say dili kay sila tig rice di ay. So imong gihimo instead of only rice, imo siyang gihimo only chicken. Kay mas prefer daw sila chicken. So mo na nahitabo. So again, it depends on um what country and what product will you produce based on the given country. Kay dili man tanan pod applicable sa other countries. So nara sa imo ha, which product line would you offer and which product line will you not? So I think kabantay pod mo ana like hala nalagay kuan nalagay let's say kani nga brand sa shoes. So si Nike nag-produce daw sila og limited edition nga Jordan. So available ra siya sa US, dili siya available sa Philippines. So mo to mar siya medyo unfair but unsaon ta man probably kato kay for American na pud daw gyud to. So very limited. So that's an example. Dito ra siya gi-release at from sa isa ka country dili sa inyo ha. Probably na pud to reason, probably mahal kay siya sa Philippines kay mas dakuan siya og tax kay kuan lagi daw limited edition. Mao dili na lang mo baligya si kuan here si Nike ato. So when markets are entered for the first time, market research can be very helpful for designing the initial product assortment. So if makasulod na gid ka sa market, number one to do is to have market research. If possible gani kay before, okay, before ka mosulod sa market kay na kay market research.